Yo YouTube, you know who it is, it's your boy DJ Cool Thing from Cool Thing Entertainment. Welcome back to another video on my channel, and let's roll that intro. Okay YouTube, today's video is all about the 2-year anniversary with my MacBook Air. So I've had this thing since January of 2019. Because I currently upgraded from a mid-2012 MacBook Pro, which has a 2.9 gigahertz Intel Core i7, a 750GB hard drive, 8GB of RAM with an Intel Core i7. It was a really great computer for its time, because I've owned it since 2013 and I've had it for 8 years now, 8-9 years. It's almost been 8 years since 2013, and this computer is the one I upgraded to, the MacBook Air 2018 model. So 7 years ago I purchased the MacBook Pro mid-2012 13-inch, and almost 2 years ago, come January, early January, this computer is going to be exactly 2 years old, and it's running macOS Big Sur. And Serato, it runs flawlessly except for when I plug in my controller. The pads don't work, but I can work around that. So it's a great computer. It's got a 1.6 gigahertz Intel Core i5 with 8GB of RAM and a 121GB SSD in this thing. As you can see, it's small, it's portable, it's lightweight. Like, wow. I have never seen a computer this thin. I mean, look at that. And the ports it has on it is the headphone jack and the 2 USB-C ports, which I use this adapter to plug in my external drive, the power, and I also use the other port for plugging in the DDJ SR2 using the USB-B to USB-C cable that I purchased off Amazon when I purchased the controller. So when I purchased the controller, I purchased a USB-C cable. So this adapter can be used for my external drive, my Lacy hard drive, and of course the power. And it runs just fine. And as you can see, the power brick is actually very small. It'll fit right in my Pro X case and plugged into the surge protector with no problems whatsoever. Bada bing, bada boom. And it has one of these USB-C cables, ports on here for plugging in to the wall or my surge protector or wherever I happen to plug it in. I can even plug this into the surge protector at my office and it'll stay charged. This is the main way of charging out the computer. As I keep dropping this thing, guys, you can see how small it is. And this is the adapter, and it works just fine, as you probably see. I think that's all it came with, is because there's no extension. They got rid of those years ago. I mean, my MacBook Pro came with an extension with the power brick because it was using MagSafe. And here's my Lacy hard drive that I use with it. See, I used to use just regular USB for the SR2, but ever since this cable became very, very loose and I can't really use it much anymore, we decided to use this black cable right here, the USB 3 cable, which works just as fine with the adapter. So you plug this into the adapter, plug the other end to the hard drive. It'll be a USB hard drive. And here's the power cable for the computer. As you can see, it's just a standard USB-C to USB-C cord. See, it's just a double cable with USB-C and USB-C. As you can see, there's one USB on this end, USB-C on the other end. So it's a dual USB-C cable. As you probably see, this one is the original one that came with the computer almost 2 years ago, and as you can see, it's still intact after all these years. I just think that is impressive. So this computer, I cannot believe it's almost 2 years old come next year. Wow, it's insane. But yeah, this Mac, I remember purchasing on January the 3rd, I think, or January 2nd, I can't remember, of 2019. Because I purchased this shortly after this computer actually came out in late 2018, early 2019. So I purchased it as soon as it came out, and it's doing just fine. I mean, I had to wait for the new, update from Serato to actually start using this as my main laptop for DJing. I've been using this computer, the MacBook Pro, mid-2012. As you can see, it's got a lot more ports than the MacBook Air, but the MacBook Air is really good. See, it's got a MagSafe. It has Ethernet, Firewire, Thunderbolt, 2 USB 2 ports, which I can use with the hard drive and the controller, an SD card reader, the headphone jack. But I know some of these, some of these screws are starting to pop off. But I can easily twist it and it's just fine. So this is the MacBook Pro. This is the mid-2012 model, and it's pretty old. I've had it for 7 years now, and it's been a long time since I purchased this laptop, and it's doing just fine. But I've been using this thing a lot as well, the MacBook Air. So I just wanted to give you guys this is going to be my 2-year update on the MacBook Air, and it's doing just fine. It's running macOS Big Sur with the newest version of Serato, which does not support macOS Big Sur just yet, but it will definitely be supported in the next couple of months or so, like January, February. But we'll see. We'll just keep our eyes peeled for maybe in January we'll see an update. If not, then we'll have to wait another month or two, because usually it'll take a while for it to get released. And I'm actually really excited for the macOS Big Sur update for Serato, and I can use it with my pads and pretty much use it like I normally would before macOS Big Sur came out with macOS Catalina. Because I remember when Catalina came out, I was using things like I was actually using the MacBook Pro, and it was updating to macOS Catalina, and I was screwed. So I had to wait until the update. See, I didn't want to wait for the macOS Big Sur. But at least we have a secondary program. I'm actually going to build a secondary app, a secondary library on DJ Pro AI and use that until Serato comes out with an update. Because I know DJ Pro AI does work with macOS Big Sur, but we'll see. Actually, I might continue to use Serato and use the basic features instead of using the pads and everything until the update comes out. And Serato has been doing super well with macOS Big Sur. The only thing that doesn't work is the pads. The other stuff, the basic stuff, works, so I can use 99% of my controller with macOS Big Sur with no problem whatsoever using Serato. So it works flawlessly with no problems whatsoever. But I can't use my pads with macOS Big Sur. But at least I have a backup laptop just in case with macOS Catalina on it, and I can use that for the time being. At least I have two laptops. So I can go ahead and upgrade, which is what I did to the MacBook Air. Since I already have a secondary laptop I can use for the time being, and I can use the MacBook Air when that time comes for Serato to get an update. But it does work 99%, but I just can't use my pads. The rest of the stuff actually works flawlessly with macOS Big Sur 10.11 or 11.1. So this is macOS 11.1, and it works just fine. But hopefully it will work 100% with the pads, and we'll get back into DJing with the MacBook Air. But we'll definitely be using the MacBook Pro for New Year's Eve, as well as my family's get together. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.